Hey everybody in YouTube land and all my friends out there, it's your good buddy Philtastic Phil here. I'm just in from a little trip to run some errands this morning, and I hit up my LCS. Just wanted to share a couple of the things I got with you. Let's check it out. Okay everyone, as I said, I'm just going to show off some of the stuff I picked up at my LCS earlier today. Here's a button for my LCS. It's Fat Moose Comics in Whippany, New Jersey. North Jersey's best and we believe oldest comic book shop. Pretty cool button. They just started getting these for clients. I really like their new logo on this too. New as of I guess 5 years ago or so at this point. So this is my first time there in about probably about a month and a week or so. And I say that just because the pandemic has changed how I collect comics in a number of ways. I'm going to talk about that in a future video. But let me just show you what we've got here. So first, just some, we'll say not Marvel or DC titles. Move that out of the way for a moment. Geiger #2. I did pick up #1 the last time I was in the shop. I have not read it yet. Noctera #3. I have the first 2 issues. No, I have not read those either. But I like to accumulate a couple and read them all at once. The next is Time Before Time. I've been hearing some great things about this. Can't wait to check it out. The Silver Coin #2. I do have issue #1. Again, have not checked that one out yet. Ultra Mega #2. Again, I've got the first one, but did not read it yet. I'll be reading them both at once. And let's move on to some Marvel books. Put these aside. Okay, so hear me out. I know that I've been vocal about how ridiculous it is, how many X-Men titles are out there, and I will be cutting down on them soon. I'm waiting just to see kind of the Hellfire Gala, how that shakes out. If you haven't seen my videos about the X-Men series and my review of the individual X-Men titles, you could go ahead and check it out. I'm going to put a link to those videos below. Nonetheless, here is X-Corp #1. Yes, another new X-Men book. This one, the premise sounds pretty interesting. I really like the cover. Teenie Howard is on Excalibur. Excalibur's kind of on my list of comics I'm watching to see if I should be still purchasing or not. Hopefully this one is better than that. Second, What If? Spider-Man's Spider's Shadow. And I know this is the normal cover. I really like it. I really think it's pretty creepy. Just going through some more here. We've got X-Men, Curse of the Man Thing. Marauders #20. Really digging this title. Hyens #11. Really like this title too. X Factor. Hoping that they're going to finally recover from some of the issues that they've had in the past issues of the comic. Children of the Atom #3. I've read the first one. Kind of jury was still out on me for that. Hopefully it's picked up. I do have the #2 to read as well. Cable #10. I just read that Young Man Cable, of course, is going to be going away at the end of the summer, and Old Man Cable will be coming back. New Mutants #17. This is one of the best picks, in my opinion, of the current X-Men run. Vita Ayala and Rob Rice are doing a great job on the title. X-Men Legends #3. I'm still a little iffy, let's say, on this title. I don't know if it's something that really deserves a $3.99 a month price tag. That being said, this is the issue I've been looking forward to see both Louise and Walter Simonson back on X Factor. Very exciting stuff. Black Widow #6. I'm really digging this series. I'm going to try to get that without the glare. And on the other hand, the light does show off the Marvel waves very, very well. But cool cover. Kelly Thompson's one of my favorite current writers, and the artist that she has on it has been doing a killer job. Fantastic Four #31. Dan Slott is doing a great job in this title. I think really to appreciate it fully, you've got to read them all kind of back to back. And I have, this is the kickoff of The Bride of Doom. Fantastic Four #32. It looks like Looks like Johnny's ex-fiance is back in the picture, or ex-wife. I don't remember if they got married or not. The Marvels, numero uno, number one. This was a hot book. I definitely wanted to check it out. I picked it up, and it was kind of funny. As I was waiting to check out, another customer came up to the counter to get his pulls, and he was kind of eyeing this and asking Sean, the owner of Fat Moose, hey Sean, about the title. And he's like, oh yeah, no, it's kind of like the old school Marvels title. He's like, yeah, I should have more. And of course, this was the last copy, so I was happy I kind of snagged that and saw that when I did. Let's move on to the DC titles. Rorschach, issue 8. I have all of the Rorschachs. I have not read them yet. Waiting until they all come out just so I could read them all at once. Batman, number 108. I believe this is the debut of Miracle Molly, the latest villain. As I mentioned earlier, the pandemic has really kind of changed how I've purchased comics and also how I've read comics. So I've been reading them kind of back to back. So I'll have all of my Fantastic Four accumulate, for example, then I'll read them at once. That was a system I kind of developed just a couple months ago because I realized that I just kept reading my X-Men titles and everything else was piling up. So I have about a year's worth of Batman to catch up on. That being said, as soon as I do, I'm sure it'll be great. Batman the Detective, number 2, which I've been hearing great things about. I've seen this cover all over the place. Andy Kubert art. And Batman the Detective, not True Detective, number 1. The Joker, number 3. This is the B cover, I believe. Very creepy. I keep hearing things about the daughter of Bane on this. Oh no, this is technically a variant. It's not the cover B. How about that? It's at least what it says here. This next one is something that I didn't think I would pick up. Not at least the cause, so to speak. This is the DC Festival of Heroes, the Asian Superhero Celebration. I say the cause, so to speak, because as I reported in prior videos, when they came out, like for example, with Marvel had the Women of the Month, or Women's Month rather, variants, and prior to that they had Black History Month variants, and of course everybody ran out to go get them because the artwork was great. But I stopped and thought, I was like, okay, yeah, these look nice, but they're calling these Women's Month, they're calling these Black History Month. This one is in celebration of Asian heroes. Are these companies donating any proceeds from these variants or from these special comics towards Asian-related causes in this case, or women-related causes, or black-related causes? If not, then I'm probably not going to support those type of covers anyway, but one of the reasons I picked this up, first of all, it's a massive read, so there's going to be a lot of variety in here. This is not something I'm going to finish in one sitting. But one of the several stories in here is by a great writer, in my opinion, Amy Chu. Amy is working on that digital Wonder Woman series, Sensational Wonder Woman, that I've talked about in videos in the past. I encourage you still to check that out. I actually took a writing class Amy taught at the Kubert School, and really great experience, and I have a whole lot of respect for what she does. And speaking of variants, let's go on to some of the variants I picked up. These are all Marvel variants. Here's the Black Panther two-tone variant. Simple but nice. I like this. I have a couple of them. It's funny. The next time I'm planning to go to on the LCS is at the end of the month. It happens to fall on my birthday. And I asked the shop owner, Sean, today, I was like, do you know what Black Panther variants you're getting? He's like, well, I got a couple of all of them because they're not really big on my pulls. So I'm going to give him a call the night before, just be like, okay, just put this one and this one aside for me. Next is the Fantastic Four number 32. Here's the Peach Momoko cover. Really love just the simple yet elegant artwork on this. Let me see if I can get it closer in there. I love the flower design on the bride's hood, and Doom looks really good too. Can't wait to check this issue out. Next is, speaking of Peach Momoko, the Women of Marvel number 1 Scarlet Witch variant. Looks great. This one I think I saw an online store selling the Virgin variant of it for $10, but this one is fine with me. I think I only have one Virgin variant out of all the comics I've ever purchased, but I really love the color and just the fluidity and the action in this here. And the last book in my pull for this outing was an older book. This was Avengers AI #1. This kind of caught my eye. It was just actually peeking out right from one of his back issue bins, and I just like the artwork on it. It kind of looks like the old Mega Man 8-bit Nintendo series. For those of you who've checked that out in the past, I didn't read Avengers AI. I could tell there's Ultron and Vision, and there's Doctor Doom. I think this is. I can't think of the character's name. He was from the. Not Young Avengers. I know he was in Avengers Academy, and he popped up in the Vision miniseries. I don't remember his name. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't pick up Avengers AI when the book came out. It was, to me, one of those books that Marvel put out at a time when they just suddenly overnight had like 8 Avengers titles come out of nowhere. And sometimes I think I drew the line at Pet Avengers. And I think this one came out actually a couple years after Pet Avengers, but I digress. So anyway, this was my haul at Fat Moose Comics. I usually try to put my stuff into bags and boards almost right away, but they were out of them. And from what I understand, there is a bag and board BCW shortage across the country. I tried to go through BCW directly, and I think the earliest they could get something out was August. I did get another brand. I'm not a brand specific person, I guess, when it comes with my bags and boards, and hopefully they'll be coming before the end of the week. But all in all, that was my haul. It was a nice, successful trip. Every time I go to see Sean at Fat Moose, Sean and Justin, always nice guys, great shop. I highly urge you to check that out if you're in or if you're visiting the North Jersey area. I'm excited I'll be attending a comic book garage sale held by the legendary Bratton Brothers of Reggie Collects fame tomorrow. So you might see another haul video from me just based on that event. Well, with that, I'm going to leave you this evening. I hope you enjoyed my pulls. How did I do? Go ahead and leave a comment, or hey, if you have any insider info on these bags and boards, by the way, if you know of a place you can get them reasonably, let me know in the comments here. Thanks again for watching. Peace, love, and comics.